Spencer, back to winning ways this afternoon. A 3-0 victory over Dover to finish the season at home. How are you feeling?
We're still in it. We're still in it. We're just in it. All we said we could do is focus on getting the 3 points today. I think we'll play better and lose games, to be frank. I thought there were glimpses of the old us, glimpses during the game. Obviously, we just went all in. John Anunga, Reggie Young, Mason. We lost Harry in the warm-up. Sadly, that's him done. Recurrence of the hamstring, of his groin injury. And we asked the players to dig deep, and John gave it his all. Got through 45. And Reggie just in bit 60. Ricky's now done damage on his calf. And I am very frustrated. Those who were here could probably hear I was going nuts for the last sort of 20-25 minutes because we were 3-0 up and I was pushing us on because we knew the other results meant that goal difference could well come into play. But we're out of the tank. The tank is fully empty. The lads are in bits. We've got players out of position. We've got players that have given their all over 50, 55 games with all the cup runs. So you can't ask much more than winning 3-0 at home. As I said, I thought there were glimpses of the better play today, glimpses of it at times. I thought it also showed, to be honest, a very poor standard of game. And, we didn't, play particularly well, but with 3-0 at home, I'm being harsh. I'm just desperately trying to keep us in this, but we're going into the last, whatever that is, 4 days of the season, still in it. And what we now need is everybody to be here on Tuesday night against Tunbridge. We're still in it. We can do this. We win the 2 games. Yeah, we've got a goal swing to do, and make no bones about it, we're going to have to attack a very, very good Tunbridge side to try and take it to the last day of the season. That's what we've got to focus on. Tunbridge, only one place below us, have been in and around the playoffs all season. I think their season's probably ended today, but they've had a fantastic season, got some great players, and honestly, I think between the teams at the moment, it's about who can almost stand up, and it's a big concern. We wanted to rest Mason today. Freddie was playing last week with a slight pull as well, and it's who's up and available. But 3-0 at home, I'm glad for the fans. I'm glad to win that losing run, and no one will take away that we've had a very good season, and these injuries and illnesses have all come at such the wrong time. But look, we're still in it. We're still in it. Who would have said that in the last 4 days of the season? 2 wins and we end up on the same points as what will probably be in the playoffs. But we must now focus to a very tough match on Tuesday, and we'll need to play better. We'll need to dig very, very deep to try and beat a very good Tunbridge side.
Yeah, and do you think the result today shows how far we've come? Obviously, us and Dover were in different divisions last season.
Well, size of clubs, I think it's monumental. We had some meetings this week about the season and about what we want to do next year. And when I was asked at the start of the season, I don't think you can take anything away from momentum and the growth that this football club has had probably in the last 5 years. I mean, what have we had? 2, 3 promotions. We're on Hampshire Cups. We've been incredibly competitive. We're debt free. Yes, we rely on others funding wise, but the crowds have risen steadily. There are plans afoot moving forward for more growth. It's tough. We're competing in a pool massively bigger than ours. Look at the other teams, predominantly attendances, their budgets. It is what it is. We want to keep a lot of the players for next year. We're desperately trying. It's not easy, I can tell you. But the reality is that we've had a fantastic season. All the pluses we've had. And I said we're still in it. We're still in it in the very last 4 days. So, it's that positivity and smiling that goes around the football club. The volunteers, the supporters. You see the amount of kids that are at the club that weren't there years ago, and I think that's such a plus that the club's going in the right direction. And it's. Don't forget how difficult it is out there in the world at the moment. So we can be very proud of everyone involved at the club. Thank everybody that does so much behind the scenes. Players have been great again. We've got to dig deep, get everybody down here Tuesday. And look, it's a tough ask, but we're still in it.
Yep. And on to Tuesday, what kind of threat do you think Tunbridge will bring on Tuesday?
They've had a really good season. They beat us at theirs, albeit by the 1 goal. We didn't get to grips with a 4G at all. They've got really good players. Quite frankly, the situation is we need to win the game, and arguably we need to win the game by a number of goals. Clearly a draw does nothing for us. Not really convinced a 1-0 does anything for us. So we're going to have to go for it. Exciting in a lot of ways. Another tough ask, but this group have stepped up so many times this season, all through the season. You know, I've regularly said over the years, you almost judge a league before the season starts with the biggest budget at the top and the lowest budget at the bottom. And it pretty much ends up that way. And I always say that managers and clubs, you try and beat the levels of where you should be. And we've massively overachieved. And I think a huge amount of that is down to momentum. Momentum from last year's promotion and the cup wins and the FA Cup and everything that's going on in the club. So many people smiling, enjoying themselves. And that's what we've got to thrive on. Always very difficult. Tunbridge, you know, really good side. They've benefited, I'm sure, massively from their new 4G. Got some great players. They're one spot below us in the league. We know how difficult it's going to be. They could overtake us if they beat us. So we know it's going to be a really difficult game. Every game is at this level, and that's what we're enjoying. And we have to focus on the enjoyment that the fantastic place that this football club is in. And football's had a lot stranger things. Let's get everybody here. Let's focus on Tuesday. And as I said last week, we'll see where we are at 5 o'clock. Results haven't gone perfectly, but we're still in it, and let's throw everything we literally can at them on Tuesday night.
Yeah, and finally we've got the player awards tonight, something to look forward to and celebrate a good season. Yeah,
look, what I'll say in my very brief when I hand out an award is that there are so many players that could have won awards tonight. We really have been a great group, and some players that aren't here anymore. You know, I don't want us to forget the Hishes and the Ollie Pendleburys and the Sam Dearings and the Stars. You know, there's been so many great players, and I almost feel that we're not giving enough awards. This group is so special. I hope a lot of them realise that when we talk, which we are already talking for next year. It's always difficult. People always think the grass is greener. There's always a lot more money elsewhere. But we should embrace what a fantastic season these players have had. I hope we have. I'm sure we will have a really good night. And it's just all part of the fantastic atmosphere and positivity that this football club has. So we just keep trying to do more. You know, the School of the Week I think has been running for most of the season, and you know there was another School of the Week here today, and you just see it when the players come off with the kids and the rounds of applause we're getting, and that's fantastic. And tonight's another part of that. And then back to the hard work, back to the analysis, and try and prepare for what is literally another massive game on Tuesday night.
Brilliant, thank you Spencer, and good luck for next week.
Thanks very much, Tom.